Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Metaphysical Report. Today is December 26, 2019, and my name is Lysander Xanthus. Today I'll be sharing with you some insights and metaphysical information for you to use throughout your day. I like to start each day with a little clearing and blessing. Also, welcome back from the holidays, everyone, and also happy holidays for anyone still celebrating. So I will be doing a little clearing using this singing bowl. Some sandalwood and amber incense in the room. We're going to take that from you. So I'm going to wrap this around your energy and clear you. And myself. For those of you who do cleanse yourselves, don't forget your hands, the palms of your hands, as well as the soles of your feet. I'll be using this selenite to send you peaceful, healing energy. I bless you that you find healing today and that you step forward confidently into the next part of your life. I bless you that you find a little more self-love today. I bless your day ahead, that it be full of good experiences and good company. Everyone will be helpful today. Your path is clear. Be blessed. Hello, everyone. All right. So I'm going to share with you the astrology for today. So the sun, moon, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto are all in Capricorn. That's a lot.
It's a lot. I looked at that this morning. I was like, what? is that Matthew's?
So those are all in Capricorn. Also, thank you to everyone who shared. Thank you, Matthew. And as I'm sure most of you know, last night was the new moon, and in some parts of the world, the annular solar eclipse in Capricorn. By this point, that is over, though. So there is a big emphasis with all these planets here on the qualities of Capricorn, most notably responsibility, finances, our self-sufficiency, our ability to be the leader of our own lives, to lead ourselves, as well as be a rock for others. And home, family, traditions, the idea of restrictions. With the sun here, the sun kind of puts an emphasis on organizing yourself and your life, especially as the Capricorn season goes over the turn of the year. So getting yourself together with all the things that you've learned and figuring out how your choices have brought you to where you are now, and what kind of choices you need to make to take you where you want to go, and bringing all those things together at this time. The moon being here, it really means that your outer self and inner self are in alignment at this moment. So inwardly, there's an inclination to go within and to look at what it is we need to do to push ourselves forward and to become a better version of ourselves. Jupiter here is a very benevolent influence, so this is all meant to be a very good thing and a potentially very lucky time when we act under in those qualities. Otherwise, the planets here also talk about how the way that we transform ourselves in our lives is through these qualities of self-sufficiency, independence, ambition, focus, perseverance, and responsibility. So we can't wait for the other people in our situation or for the situation to change. We've got to be the one that not only takes the first step, but that plans the whole way. So there's that. Mercury is in Sagittarius. So mentally, we are expanding our thinking, the way we express ourselves and communicate with others. We're making discoveries mentally about ourselves. Mars is in Scorpio, connecting us very strongly to our true feelings, how we really feel about everything in our lives, and potentially we can use that as a push of initiative to do what Capricorn is asking of us at this time and to take control of our lives. Venus is in Aquarius, so in our hearts, in our relationships, we are feeling the influence is to feel more at ease in being independent and being an individual rather than being melded with others. And we may also have new and unusual perspectives of our feelings for others and relationships that we either already have or that come to us during this time, or discovering different ways. Neptune is in Pisces, so we have a deeper intuitive knowing rising to consciousness during this time, and it's up to us how and if we'd like to integrate that information. Uranus is in Taurus in retrograde, so we are continually still reassessing our comfort zones. Uranus is a planet of revolution, and it lends a good influence to the planets in Capricorn, primarily the Sun, Moon, and Jupiter, assisting us in shaking things up, especially as it is in retrograde, so it is a time of reassessing things in that area. So that is today's astrology.
Wow.
Wow.
Some great things happening in the universe today.
It is good. A quick note, for those of you who know your chart, for those of you with a Capricorn North node and Cancer South node, or vice versa, this is a very, there's a very good energy at this time for you in particular to focus on your spiritual growth and goals. If you don't know what your node is, look up your chart. All right, and next is the numerology for today. Today's an 8-day. 8 is a number I primarily associate with money. An 8 vibration needs financial and spiritual freedom. Today's the 26th.
Today is the 26th. It is an 8-day.
On this 8-day, ambition stirs within you. It's a time for advancement. Look and act successful. The 8-day is a strong business day. Act like an executive when assessing your life. Organize and reorganize. Use good judgment. Pay your bills. Do all your financial and legal work. This is the best day for signing leases or contracts. Go to the gym or have a health checkup. This is not a day to park somewhere illegally for just a second and think you won't get a ticket. You will. So this is a day to play by the rules. And quite in alignment with the astrology, it's a time to organize your life, assess where it is you want to go, and take responsibility and take control. So that's today's numerology. Just browsing the comments real quick. Looks like we're all good, just saying hello. Next is our crystal healing. And today I'm going to be using Tiger's Eye. In this piece in particular. This is a slab. Let's see how well we can get the light. It's also been polished, so it might be a bit hard to see the shine. So it just ends up reflecting off the polish, not the crystal itself.
Oh, you have a slab today.
Yeah.
Well, you said Tiger's Eye. I have so much Tiger's Eye. I didn't know which one.
I know. You do have a lot. I grabbed this one. So, before I begin, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is a stone of protection. It may also bring you good luck. It has the power to focus the mind, promoting mental clarity, assisting us to resolve problems objectively and unclouded by emotions. Particularly useful for healing psychosomatic illnesses, dispelling fear and anxiety. Well, that sounds perfect for today. I picked it without knowing what it does, really. I mean, I know Tiger's Eye, but you know, there's so many crystals, it's not like you remember what every single one is. So we will begin in just a moment. You will experience the energy of this crystal for yourself. Speaking of crystals and there being so many, a little magic tip for you all is that to help you remember the meanings of crystals is to memorize color correspondences instead. Because the qualities of each color, all the crystals of that color have generally those qualities and properties. Yes, they are more specific and nuanced than that, but that is a kind of cheat sheet to help you along especially if you either have a hard time or you're just starting to learn about all the crystal qualities. Or if you're like me and you knew them all at one point, but now you just kind of grab intuitively, so you don't know anymore. For example, tiger's eye is brown and gold. Qualities of brown are stability, grounding, foundation, security, and home, which isn't exactly what I mentioned what its qualities are, but are in that vein and that same theme. Gold, in my mind, is enlightening, prosperous, lucky, fortuitous, and healing. So those two qualities those two colors describe the qualities of this stone well. Just a quick tip. Now, if you'd like to participate in this crystal healing, just make yourselves comfortable, relax, and allow yourself to receive this energy. I'm going to move the microphone so I don't hit it on accident. Energy from the earth up through you and then back down. Spreading the energy of the tiger's eye across the chest, into the heart. Over the head. And the mental layer. The emotional layer. Lower torso, the solar plexus, sacral, and root chakras. Grounding you, giving you a sense of safety, security, strength. Down the legs. Down each arm. I'm going to open each hand and clear that. Down the other arm and the other hand. Across the back. Building your sense of support. Energy of this crystal wants to encourage you to accept that which is your responsibility, but only that. And to let go of anything that is not truly your responsibility. You can only be responsible for yourself. Or underage children, of course. Up the back of the neck and head. concludes the crystal healing with Tiger's Eye. Sit in that energy for a moment. We have a new feature. Due to popular demand, we have the cat cam.
Hashtag more cats, everybody.
This is the hashtag more cats viewing screen. I turned it on. Arash just decided to leap up here and join me. On our poll on Patreon, more cats was the highest vote for segments to be added to the Morning Report. So there's Arash Gagal. She is a gifted empath whose loving heart heals. She's a very caring cat. Oh, there she goes. And with that,
We close the cat cam.
we move on to our affirmation for the day.
I hope you like that, Sandy.
All right. So I would like to say this affirmation to you the first few times. So continue to sit in the energy of the healing you just received. And I want you to really be able to focus on hearing these words. I'm going to move the mic. There we go. I want you to focus on hearing these words rather than saying them. So I'm going to say it to you in first person and second person, and then we will say it together a few times at the end. My communication is clear. I accept my good. I let go of all expectations. I am loved, and I am safe. My communication is clear. I accept my good. I let go of all expectations. I am loved, and I am safe. Your communication is clear. You accept your good. You let go of all expectations. You are loved, and you are safe. Your communication is clear. You accept your good. You let go of all expectations. You are loved, and you are safe. Now we're going to say it together 3 times. My communication is clear. I accept my good. I let go of all expectations. I am loved, and I am safe. My communication clear. I accept my good. I let go of all expectations. I am loved, and I am safe. My communication is clear. I accept my good. I let go of all expectations. I am loved and I am safe. Sit with those words. Feel free to take this affirmation forward with you in the day. This affirmation comes from Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. This is one of the many spine affirmations. The spine relates to how we feel supported in life or don't. So I felt as though going through these affirmations would be helpful to everyone, as we all struggle with issues of support in one way or another. That concludes the affirmation. All right, now it is the time for the card reading of the day.
Woo, card reading.
Let me move this.
Today's a psychic day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So I will be doing a card reading for you all that is meant to give you guidance and insight into your day ahead. Some of this reading may resonate with you and some may not. For some of you, the entire reading will resonate. All is fine. This reading comes to you from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. I move the mic a little bit again so I don't hit it, hopefully. Alright. Guidance for the day ahead. One card. Guidance for the day ahead. Alright. We have 4 cards. And I will actually be reading the booklet description to you and then offering my own interpretation. I'm not sure who John Holland is, but that sounds very cool. Alright. Let me check comments on other streaming locations real quick, and then we will. Oh wow. I don't know if you noticed on Periscope, but the likes have jumped by like over 2,000 over Christmas.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. It was 400 before Christmas.
It was like a little less than 400 before Christmas.
And now, wow, I wonder what happened. Alright,
People got existential.
I don't know.
And yes, John Holland is the creator of the deck you're using.
Oh, right. Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm like, I like music, but I don't know who's in the band. I don't pay attention to who made the deck. I'm sorry. Well, he made a great deck. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. Aw. That's a sweet comment, Denise. Thank you. She said your viewership jumped because you're so real and Christmas opened everyone's heart.
Aw. Thanks.
Yeah, that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so the card reading. The first card is Spiritual Strength, before I derail any further. This card is coming forth to give you encouragement and remind you that you have the inner strength to complete whatever you've been working on. This final spirit card represents courage, discipline, stability, and persistence. You may be tired or weary from the struggle, but now is not the time to give in. Instead, tap into all of your inner reserves for that one final push to achieve the desired outcome. You've been through so much to get to this point, and even though you may have acquired some scars from the battle, you're wiser and stronger for it. The enlightenment you've gained will be an invaluable resource. You may also notice that you're experimenting with different things in your life at this time. All these experiences feed your spirit and offer you knowledge for the future. So, this is the main subject. The next three cards follow that topic as either an elaboration or discussing different aspects of that. I'm glad the creator of the deck that I have been using for almost 8 years is a cool guy. It's just like, it's always good when the guy who sings in the songs you like so much is actually cool too. Alright. So the first of the following three cards is Moving On. So these are different aspects of spiritual strength. You're about to embark on a much needed journey to leave the past behind. This card lets you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it signifies that the time has arrived in which a difficult cycle in your life is coming to an end. In the traditional tarot, this card also implies traveling or going forward, involving crossing water or even moving abroad. Calmer waters are ahead, and with all the lessons you've learned from past experiences, you're approaching this period having grown, and you're so much stronger for it. The healing process is underway, and now you can set your goals, desires, and objectives to secure a more positive and successful future. Because your mind is more settled and less worried, synchronistic events will bring the right conditions and introduce people into your life for your highest good. Dedicated package. Ooh, what you get?
Doll eyes.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay, moving on. The second card is Material Harvest. So this is a different aspect under spiritual strength. One of the laws of the universe is, what you sow, you reap. This card states that this is your time to reap the harvest you've worked for and so rightly deserve. This last physical card denotes self-mastery, self-sufficiency, independence, security, and the art of enjoying what you've strived for. You've done the hard work, learn the lessons along the way, and use them to prosper in all areas of your life. The number 9 also means endings. Not that good fortune necessarily stops, but do honor yourself as you finish up or celebrate the completion of projects. This would be the perfect time to look ahead and use the wisdom you've gained to think about what else you want to achieve. Consider smart investments and ponder ideas that show profitable potential. Congratulations on your success. You've earned it. The third card and third aspect under spiritual strength is spiritual union. This card deals with relationships involving an emotional bond. It could be between new lovers, kindred souls, family members, friends, business associates, or partners. It could even relate to a project or a specific situation. This would be the perfect time to realize that all relationships are really about you. Notice when you interact with different people in your life, are they giving you energy or taking it away? Is there an equal and even exchange? There should be an equal exchange between giving and receiving energy. Relationships are mirror images of your own life. They reflect how you feel and treat yourself and how you react and respond to various situations and individuals around you. Each and every union is an opportunity for soul growth. All right. So again, we started with spiritual strength, discussing how this is kind of like the final push to dig deep, to find what's really down within you, to make that last push here at the end of the year to complete whatever situation you are faced with at this moment, to be strong for yourself as well as for others. And the three cards after that are discussing three aspects of that. It could be discussing the three different ways in which you need to be stronger. Maybe only one of these three applies to some of you. All of them may apply to others. So you need your spiritual strength, and to make that final push to move on, to finish reaping whatever it is you've put out. Enjoy your rewards. That is a great way to end a year or a period of time, is to relish and take in whatever you've earned, and to be mindful of your relationships and the way that others influence you and that you influence them, and the interaction. So there's that. This video will be available for replay for anyone who would like to go back over the reading again. I'm going to see if the cards have anything else they'd like to say. I think that's all they wanted to say today. So I'm going to go on and put them away. So now I would like to share some food for thought with you today. And we have come to our other kind of reading for the day. Today's reading comes from The Powers Within You by Louise Hay. Now, look at the comments real quick. Well, all right. So, we've actually read through a good deal of this book. So all this here is what I've been reading on the report so far. I did skip some sections, so I didn't feel like they really go along with the flow of the show. But now we are beginning the end part of the book, part 4, Applying Your Inner Wisdom. All the theories in the world are useless unless there's action, positive change, and finally healing. What a Capricorn thing to say. The motto of Capricorn is I use, to utilize things. So we've been learning a lot of good stuff out of the powers within you. But the most important thing is not just learning, but applying that knowledge. I'm a big fan of information that is useful and practical. And sometimes it's kind of come up in some discussions in my other videos where someone asks me, well, is that really true? Is that really how that works when I suggest something or give advice? And I tell them honestly, your perspective is right, but mine is also, sometimes multiple points of view can be, but the difference is that what I say has a practical use that has effects in the real world. Therefore, whether it's true or not, ultimately I can't know, but it does get results. Now, I am sure you'll all be very excited, but the first chapter in this section is Receiving Prosperity. We talked about a lot of heavy things in the rest of the book, releasing emotions, our inner child, healing, and so on. Now which is all important parts of manifesting the things you desire, either through magic or the law of attraction. So you're kind of moving things out of your way. But now we're going to start talking about things that are a little more fun to think about. So I'm going to read a few sections, and I may give some of my thoughts. Obviously, you guys are welcome to do so as well. Thank you for the comments, everyone. I appreciate your feedback. So, receiving prosperity. When we get frightened, we want to control everything, and then we shut off the flow of our good. Trust life. Everything we need is here for us. The power within us is willing to give us our fondest dreams and enormous plenty instantaneously. The problem is that we are not open to receiving it. If we want something, our higher power doesn't say, I'll think about it. It readily responds and sends it through, but we have to be ready for it. If not, it goes back into the storehouse of unfulfilled desires. Many people come to my lectures and sit with their arms folded across their bodies. I think, how are they going to let anything in? It's a wonderful symbolic gesture to open our arms wide so the universe notices and responds. For many, it's very scary because if they open themselves up, they think that they may get terrible things. And they probably will until they change whatever it is inside them that believes they will attract doom and gloom. When we use the term prosperity, a lot of people immediately think of money. However, there are many other concepts that come under the auspices of prosperity, such as time, love, success, comfort, beauty, knowledge, relationships, health, and of course, money. If you're always feeling rushed because there isn't enough time to do everything you want, then you have lack of time. If you feel that success is beyond your reach, then you are not going to get it. If you feel life is burdensome and strenuous, then you will always feel uncomfortable. If you think you don't know much, and you're too dumb to figure things out, you will never feel connected to the wisdom of the universe. If you feel a lack of love and have poor relationships, then it will be difficult for you to attract love into your life. What about beauty? There's beauty all around us. Do you experience the beauty that is abundant on the planet, or do you see everything as ugly and wasteful and dirty? How is your health? Are you sick all the time? Do you catch colds easily? Do you get many aches and pains? Finally, there's money. Many of you tell me that there is never enough money in your lives. What do you let yourself have? Or perhaps you feel you are on a fixed income. Who fixed it? None of the above has anything to do with receiving. People always think, oh, I want to get this and that and whatever. However, abundance and prosperity is about allowing yourself to accept. When you're not getting what you want, on some level you're not allowing yourself to accept, to have. If we are stingy with life, then life will be stingy with us. If we steal from life, life will steal from us. Being honest with ourselves. Honesty is a word we use a lot, not always understanding the true significance of what it means to be honest. It has nothing to do with morality or being a goody-goody. Being honest really has little to do with getting caught or going to jail. It is an act of love for ourselves. The main value of honesty is that whatever we give out in life, we will get back. The law of cause and effect is always operating on all levels. If we belittle or judge others, then we too are judged. If we are always angry, then we encounter anger wherever we go. The love we have for ourselves keeps us in tune with the love life has for us. For instance, imagine that your apartment has just been I'm not sure why some words are so hard to say for me at times. Imagine your apartment has just been thieved, vulgarized. I'm sorry. You know what I mean. Do you immediately think that you are a victim? My apartment was just ripped off. Who did this to me? It is a devastating feeling when something like that happens. However, do you think to stop of how and why you attracted the experience? Again, taking responsibility for creating our own experiences is not an idea that many of us want to accept all the time, perhaps just some of the time. It is so much easier to blame something outside of ourselves, yet our spiritual growth cannot occur until we recognize that there is little of value outside of us. Everything comes from within. Whether or not you believe that you attracted the experience of being stolen from or not, either way, it can just be a useful thing to think of it in that way as a point of healing and exploration. And whether or not you caused it, thinking about it and addressing what you find does help the rest of your life overall. When I hear that someone has just been robbed or experienced some kind of loss, the first question I ask is, whom did you steal from lately? If a curious look comes over his or her face, I know I've touched a tender spot. When we think back to a time when we took something and then think of what we lost shortly thereafter, the connection between the two experiences can be an eye-opener. When we take something that isn't ours, we almost always lose something of greater value. We might take money or some object, and then we might lose a relationship. If we steal a relationship, we might lose a job. If we lift stamps and pens from the office, we might miss a train or a dinner date. The losses almost always hurt us in some important area of our lives. If there are many losses in your life or many things going wrong, you might examine the ways in which you are taking. Some people who would not dream of stealing things will self-righteously rob another person of time or self-esteem. Each time we make another person feel guilty, we are stealing self-worth from him or her. To be truly honest on all levels takes a great deal of self-examination and self-awareness. When we take something that does not belong to us, we are, in a way, telling the universe that we don't feel worthy of earning. We aren't good enough. We want to be taken from, or there's not enough to go around, mostly. We believe we must be sneaky and grab to get our good. These beliefs become effective walls around us that prevent us from experiencing abundance and joy in our lives. These negative beliefs are not the truth of our being. We are magnificent and deserve the very best. This planet is abundantly plentiful. Our good always comes to us by the right of consciousness. The work we do in consciousness is always one of refining what we say and think and do. When we clearly understand that our thoughts create our reality, then we use our reality as a feedback mechanism to let us know what we need to change next. If dishonesty can bring disharmony into our lives, imagine what love and honesty can create. The good in our lives, the wonderful surprises we have, these two we have created. As we look within ourselves with honesty and unconditional love, we will discover so much about our power. What we can learn to create with our own consciousness has far greater value than any amount of money we could possibly steal. I would love to go through the whole chapter because it is a good thought. So I will read one more section and then stop for the day. Your home is your sanctuary. Everything is a reflection of what you believe you deserve. Look at your home. Is it a place that you really love to live in? Is it comfortable and joyous, or cramped, dirty, and always messy? The same with your car. Do you like it? Does it reflect the love you have for yourself? Are your clothes a bother and a nuisance and something you have to deal with? Your clothes are a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Again, the thoughts we have about ourselves can be changed. If you want to find a new home, begin by opening yourself up to finding the right place and affirm that it is waiting for you. When I was looking for a new home in Los Angeles, I couldn't believe that I would only find appalling places. I kept thinking that this is Los Angeles and it's filled with wonderful apartments. Where are they? It took me 6 months to find the one I wanted, and it was magnificent. During the time I was looking, the building was being constructed, and when it was finished, I found it waiting for me. If you look for something, but you are not finding it, there is probably a reason. If you want to move from where you are because you don't like it, thank your present home for being there. Appreciate it for sheltering you from the weather. If it's difficult to like it, start with one part of the house that you like. It may be a corner of your bedroom. Don't say, I hate this old place, because you're not going to find something that you love. Love where you are so you can be open to receiving a wonderful new home. If your home is messy and cluttered, then start cleaning it up. Your home is a reflection of who you are. Alright. As usual, I'm incredibly tempted to keep going.
I gotta have something to read tomorrow.
I know. So, we will continue reading this tomorrow. And in fact, I might repeat the last 2 paragraphs I said for the sake of cohesion tomorrow. As sometimes, tomorrow's the first time someone's watching, it might be a bit confusing. Now, that concludes the reading of the day. I feel like that was more or less straightforward. She shared some interesting thoughts about the idea of different ways we communicate to ourselves a sense of lack, such as taking from others or taking things that aren't ours. And I think it's more interesting and insightful to think about things that aren't objects or money that we've taken, although that is a consideration too. But when we take self-worth from others or self-esteem by judging them or guilting them or whatever else it is we do to other people, and then we experience misfortune and chaos in our lives. It can be very interesting to draw that correlation. So yeah.
That's Andrew.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example about how you personally attract abundance with the way that with the way that you live? Sorry.
How I personally attract abundance with the way that I live.
Yeah, she was talking about, having a sense of self-worth and being grateful for the things that you have. What ways do you do that? It's a lot of the things people vote for, more personal.
Oh, right. Well, each morning, it's a habit I'm building. Don't do it all the time. Either when I'm going off to sleep or waking up, I think about what I'm grateful for. I don't make it an extensive list. Mostly I'm grateful for my apartment and my family. And that's what I think about each time. So I really think about the same things over and over that I'm grateful for. And I'm grateful for all of you who watch me, because I do enjoy spending my time with you. There are many other things one could do with one's time, so if I didn't want to be here, I would not be. I do, though. And that is another way. Prosperity has been a big to-do for me, because in the past I haven't really had much of it. And for me, it's really kind of a constant work to keep myself in a positive place and to be sure that I fill my life with things for me that I enjoy, which includes my work here on my page and on the internet. Sorry, it's still a bit early, so I'm having to think for myself instead of reading my pre-aligned material.
Yes.
I have made sure to continually work on my day to fill it with good things for myself. The important thing is for myself. It may seem a bit strange when you say it that way. It's like not for my partner or my cats, although I do care about them also, and try to live in a way that is pleasing to them. Because you can't make other people happy per se. And it's little things like making sure I'm comfortable, making sure my office is a pleasant place to be. Occasionally I purchase something I need or that I want. I let myself have things, and I also let myself enjoy things. That's very important for prosperity. When the things I consume, like drinks I enjoy, tea and coffee, food that I like.
You take these things for granted.
I know it may sound very simplistic, but that is prosperity, is enjoyment.
Yeah. We take these things for granted. Having a cup of coffee in the morning isn't just the energy boost of the day. Having that cup of coffee means that you're successful enough to buy coffee.
I know, just like drinking, just really taking in the experience for that second.
Feeling grateful to yourself for doing well enough to have the ability to drink that cup of coffee. Being grateful to your resources for being able to go out and buy what you need for a cup of coffee, or to go to Starbucks and get that cup of coffee.
As someone who's lived without all these things, which could be taken for granted, I'm grateful that I'm able to buy tea and coffee for myself. I'm grateful that I live near enough to a store that I can go and buy it, because I used to not.
Yeah. Before we moved here, we actually had to take an Uber just to go get groceries. Now we can walk to the store. I'm grateful for that every day.
I'm grateful for my home, for my electricity, for my hot water.
I am grateful, and I know you're grateful to yourself that we're able to do these things because you work so hard. So, I just wanted to take a minute to give examples of how we perceive ourselves and how that has an effect on the way that we live.
So that's more of a law of attraction kind of perspective. From a magical perspective, there's also a lot of things I do to increase prosperity. One of which is that I just ordered a new phone case / wallet. So this is where I keep my money. It is almost the new year, so I'm getting a new wallet. Fresh wallet, fresh energy. Not carrying the old wallet energy into the new year. I don't know. It's just something that makes me feel good. You don't have to do that. It's just something I've found makes me feel better about money. Indigo says, enjoyment for self without guilt, food for thought. So simple, and yet we program ourselves to be of service to others to the point of martyrdom at times. Indeed. It's something I used to go on about a lot, is how we don't allow ourselves to have things or to really enjoy things. When we have something we like, it's usually because we've caved into a craving, and we guilt ourselves the entire time we're enjoying whatever it is, or the experience. We don't even let ourselves take it in. We criticize ourselves every step of the way. And speaking of stealing from others, when we do this to ourselves, we tend to not allow other people to enjoy things. We mock them, judge them, criticize them for their likes and preferences or whatever is going on with them. We don't allow other people to enjoy things, or rather we try to not let them.
It's very true.
Yes.
It's important.
It's important for prosperity. If you want to attract prosperity, you gotta stop.
Prosperity starts with you. Not your job, not your car, not your home, not your significant other. It starts with you, and it grows from there. All right, dear. Is that everything?
Just about. I mean, I could go on about that forever probably, but yes. I'm going to be drawing the Morning Metaphysical Report to a close. Also, I like the different tone of blue you chose for the main screen. I like this better. Now for announcements.
The time for the obligatory announcements, everybody. You're all wonderful. Thank you for sitting around. Now let us spiel at you a little bit.
Spiel.
Spiel.
So,
let me get my links going. Here we go.
You can find a lot of cool information and links in the description of this video. And some of them are on screen. First, let's talk about the Morning Metaphysical Report. If you enjoyed this report, I suggest you like, follow, or subscribe to my page or channel if you would like to continue seeing this each morning. The link to my Facebook is on screen and in the description of the video. If you like and follow my Facebook page, you will not only see the Morning Metaphysical Report, but you will see all of the other content I produce as well, such as my free reading videos, crystal healings, moon rituals, live discussions of different metaphysical topics, and much more.
Oh yeah.
I do have a YouTube. For anyone who's interested at looking at, just search my name. What's the link you posted?
Oh, it's your page. For some reason, it came out all funky.
Okay, cool. The page, my Facebook page link is also commented. So there is that. We are still in the energy of the new moon, even though it was yesterday. The energy lasts for like you could use it magically the day before and the day after. most of the time. If you go to my Facebook page, I have a new moon in Capricorn ritual. It is a candle meditation. So you can watch the replay and do that if you like. I would advise doing that today if you want to do it at all. What else? Patreon, yes. If you would like to learn more about me, my partner, the Kitchen Witch, and the Morning Metaphysical Report, please visit patreon.com/freedomdreamcoaching. I really would love if you would check it out.
You get rewards for supporting us. And right now we're doing a poll.
We are doing a poll about the Morning Metaphysical Report. This poll is going to ask you things you would like to see added to the Morning Metaphysical Report, segments you'd like added, and any segments you would like to see taken away, if any.
Link is in the description.
So the link is...
Or not in the description. I just posted it.
Just commented. If you'd like to do that poll, I think you need a Patreon account, but it's free to make. So...
More Cats is winning.
So More Cats is the highest voted segment so far. Earlier we saw the More Cats screen. Alright, so I hope we would really appreciate your feedback. Now, Patreon, I would also like it if you read all the stuff we have there. There's a description about us and what we do and what we're trying to build. More spiritual life coaching content for all of you to enjoy. Most of it public, but some not. You can read about our goals, the things we're working towards there. We are planning on growing the Morning Metaphysical Report and adding sections and collaborators. I hope to have the Kitchen Witch join us to share magical cooking tips and herbology with us, as well as having our friend who is connected to draconic spirituality share with us a physical wellness segment, a fitness segment, as part of the morning report. So if you'd like to learn more about that, please read all about it. And the way that you can join us and support that is through your monthly subscriptions. There are different membership levels, and each membership level comes with its own set of rewards. So that's the fun way to support us, because you get something in return. The lowest level is $1 a month. Every pledge counts and helps, so don't feel silly about it. $1 a month, and it goes up from there.
Alright, are you doing a stream today?
I am. I am doing a stream on my Facebook page later today, probably readings.
Awesome. Anyone looking for a little personal insight? My Sandra will be live later today, probably about noon. Mountain Standard Time.
Hopefully 11.
Okay.
So like
between 11 and noon.
2 hours from now.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be doing mini readings, and you can hear more about my services in that video at that time. There's absolutely no obligation whatsoever, but it would be deeply appreciated if you would like to make a one-time contribution to this content creation. You can do so through the PayPal link in the description of this video. The Morning Metaphysical Report and all of my other free public content is made possible by support from viewers like yourself. So thank you. You are appreciated.
You are appreciated. We have tremendous gratitude.
No.
So grateful.
Alright. I think that's it. Yeah, there's exclusive content on Patreon that's not publicly viewable anywhere else. That's worth noting.
We note it every single day.
Yeah. Alright. Well, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead.
Have a beautiful day, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays for those of you still celebrating.
Yes. And have a wonderful day. Be blessed.
Be blessed, everybody.